they should start hitting you where it hurts. And I'm not saying guaranteed contracts, because you can never take players' guaranteed contracts away. Hit them where it hurts. You know what? You're never allowed to be an all-star again.
Jurickson Profar had an awesome year last year, and we just started the season, and he is suspended for 80 games. John Heyman listing this tweet that the drug HCG, with the C and the G capitalized, is a masking agent used to restart natural testosterone production after a steroid cycle. Manny Ramirez also famously failed for HCG. Now, we're not going to read the entire apology because you can basically just copy paste from prior ones. But he did say, this is the key part, he would never knowingly do anything to cheat the system because of his deep love and respect for the game. He got tested 8 times last season, never was positive. All good. But then where's the explanation, or where's a little bit more detail? Did he tell us, hey, this is complete BS. I don't know what this is. I've never been involved. It's always vague. It's oops. I never would do this. But he did put this out there, Todd Father, pretty strongly, that he would never knowingly do anything to cheat it. Knowingly do anything.
Yeah.
Do you believe him?
No, I don't. I think the problem is you got to look back to last year, and see. You got to look back to every year he's played, because now the speculation is going to be, is this his first time? Has he been doing it for years? Did he do it to get ahead of the game last year, and all of a sudden, he put up some big numbers? He bet. Everybody's like, oh, he bet on himself. Well, yeah, of course he did. But now, you said he 8 times last year, right? So the masking
when he got tested.
Yeah,
but a masking agent is for masking.
Yeah, it's to covering up. So, it's unfortunate, man. We've been down this road with a lot of guys, and it is. It's very unfortunate to hear about such a loved ball player that has been playing for a while. I love him. I have a respect for the guy. We've always talked about Little League World Series and, how he's won it and I've won it, and we've had that connection. It's disappointing, at the end of the day when you see stuff like this. But you do hear it all the time now. It's a little bit less than usual, but now you got to think about every time he's played, and that's fair for a fan to say, listen, well, this can't be the first time he's ever taken it. When has he done it? So there's just a lot of things that goes through your head now. It's just that one time when you lie about something or when you do something mischievous, people are always going to second guess everything you do now. So it is. It's disappointing and unfortunate.
Before I go on my rant, I have a question for Todd. Todd, do you think anybody that ever tests positive and gets 80 games, or before when it was 50 games, is ever not guilty of it, actually didn't do it? Or do you think every steroid user that's ever tested positive is a user?
That's a really good question. I would say most of them are users. I would say maybe a slight percentage might have put a wrong cream on. I remember, I forget who it was. They put an athlete's foot cream on, and they had some sort of steroid in there. If that's what happened, okay. But I always give the benefit of the doubt if you want the truth. But the more and more it happens, I would say 90%. I would say do it. That 10% are just unfortunate.
I think we're in a generation now that we don't speculate this. We don't speculate it when guys have big years. Back when I first got drafted, back when I first, was even jumping into the big leagues in 2010, there was dudes, anytime anybody had a big year or they showed up and it was like, whoa, that dude put on a lot of weight. How did that happen? There was speculation. We're gone from that. And I love that we're gone from that because that means the testing is working. What I don't love is the fact that there are people out there, excuse me, the people that I know that I played with that tested positive, that now Major League Baseball is saying, well, hey, you know what? We may have messed up on some of these, but you know what? Keep it under the rug. And I'm saying this with backing from the people that said it. You can't say that every single person that tests positive is 100% guilty. But when Major League Baseball comes up and they say they give you the suspension and then you give a very vague apology like this, you question, what is the real motive? Why can't we allow Profar to come out and say what really happened. How did this really happen? Because if it were me, Todd, I was wrongly accused, if I never knowingly did this on purpose, I would scream to the high hills. Major League Baseball would tell me, "No, you gotta stop talking." Okay, guess what, guys? Yesterday, Major League Baseball just called me and said I have to stop talking. I did not do this, and I want to get to the bottom of this, because that's what you do when you are not guilty. You go out there and you bang on everybody's door, even if it's just one person that wants to listen. Because to me, the guys who didn't do this should not be lumped in with the guys that did do it. And also, why all of a sudden do we just let this slide under the rug? To me, it's a Players Association thing. It's a Major League Baseball It's a Major League Baseball thing. Like, Jurickson Profar is still going to get his money. Minus 80 games, he still gets his contract. Anybody know who Jose Azucar is? He was another guy that was an outfielder for the Padres last year who had an opportunity to maybe break into the big leagues. You know what? He ended up going to the Mets this year. Now he's DFA'd. And you sit there and you go, well, what if he had done steroids? Would he have had a breakout year? Well, Padres didn't need him anymore because Profar had a breakout year. There's more than just it affecting the game and the outcome and the Braves now, because he led them astray, saying that this was actually me. I just changed my lower half. There's like, to me, I'm just not like, you went and worked on your lower half with Fernando Tatis and his dad. Sorry. Like, I'm just, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'll get roasted for this because I'm a career 209 hitter. I get it. If I had done steroids, I might have hit 211. Who knows? But you know what? I didn't do it. But just come out and be honest. Let everybody be honest with what happened, because not everybody should be lumped into the, oh, well, he tested positive, so that's a red mark on his career. Like, let everybody come out. Everybody that's ever tested positive, come out and say what it is. And if you don't want to say, to me, that assumes more guilt.
More in a minute, but first, a quick word from our sponsor of this video. FT fam, I hope you have as much confidence as Penelope right now, who is an avid Spot and Tango fan, okay? And she uses the code FOUL, Kratz, because this is a personalized dog food subscription service that prevents you, of course, from going to the store to pick up the food, and she just gets the highest quality unkibble. That is what they're known for. And I know you love the quiz part of it too.
It's a super quick quiz, but it lets you give them the information and they tailor it to what is needed based on their age, size, activity level, all things that are custom for each and every one of your dogs.
Yeah, human grade ingredients in that unkibble. USDA meat, fruits, and veggies that are approved there. No artificial stuff, no preservatives. They've got the exclusive deal for the FT fam for a limited time. Go to spotandtango.com/foul. Use code FOUL to get 50% off your first order. That's spotandtango.com/foul. It's spotandtango.com/foul, code foul. And now back to the video.
Profar actually came up a few days ago when we were in Cincinnati, and I'm going to run the clip back.
Yeah, good player. Really, really good on base guy.
Very good.
And he raised his average exit velocity. His average exit velocity by 5 miles per hour.
Wow. Which is insane.
Which is insane at that point in your career.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that.
That is true.
Probably went down a weight size in bat.
Is that what it was? He went higher. He went a longer and heavier bat, and so he just started hitting it harder.
Longer and shorter.
Longer, shorter, darker, and lighter bat, yes.
Two-tone.
Flame-tempered bats, and he was taking the bone and boning down the bat. That's what it was.
And the knob was not there anymore either.
All right, so here's the exit velo surge for Jurickson Profar from 2023 to 2024 that Kratz was talking about. When you watch that clip, you're like, oh, Kratz knew. No, he didn't know, but you can do some math in a number of ways and go, this seems fishy, but I'm going to kind of believe it. There's your exit velocity spike. I mean, nobody does this. It went from 86.5 to 91.1. sometimes early career, maybe something happens and you get stronger and you make a change. But, at what is he, 30, 31, whatever it is, to see this spike, it certainly adds to the case. Alex Verdugo was picked up a couple weeks ago. We were like, oh, that's kind of some extra depth. Okay, well, they probably knew that there was a situation brewing, and that happened. No?
Because I was just going to say. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Todd. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, like, when you find out that you failed the drug test, unless this doesn't happen anymore, you get a couple weeks notice, if I'm not mistaken. Like, you get 10 to 14 days. Hey, we're going to do this. Then you can say, hey, I want to get it looked at again, whatever heck that is. I'm just drawing a blank. Appeal. Thank you.
Yep.
And after the appeal, they're like, hey, it came back negative again. We're going to announce it at this time. So they did know ahead of time. That's for sure. So we do. Unless things have changed, they're like, oh, you got it. We already announced it. No, that can't happen. That's not for the rule. But go ahead, Kratz. Sorry.
No, what I was going to say was the rule used to be the team does not find out. Because I remember asking the Players Association, because it was like, wait a minute, a team signs a suspected steroid user or whatever, and they can just go out and get somebody new, in the meantime while they're waiting for the test. And what I was told, maybe Ken knows more, what I was told was the team does not find out unless the player tells the team. Unless the player leaks it. I think you remember the whole Ryan Braun thing. That should not have been leaked until the investigation was completed, because I know some other guys that tested positive, and that investigation took a long time. Oh, man, and it grinded on them. It grinded on them so bad. They were the worst player ever when they were during that investigation part of it.
So he might have told them, he might not, but whatever. We can ask at some point, I'm sure. I mean, the show goes deep on this. All right, last thing real quick, because you guys are pretty heated on this. Should the suspension be longer? Should we go to a full season now? It's pretty rare. No?
No.
80's good?
Because they haven't perfected the system yet. They haven't perfected the dudes that test positive and didn't do anything. And I agree with Todd. It's probably 5%. But I know there is guys out there. I know for a fact there are guys out there that tested positive and did not take anything. And they haven't perfected it yet. So no. But what I think they should do is they should start hitting you where it hurts. And I'm not saying guaranteed contracts, because you can never take players' guaranteed contracts away. Hit them where it hurts. You know what? You're never allowed to be an all-star again. You're never allowed to be a whatever. Because there's plenty of guys. Oh, he's an ambassador now for this team. 2-time offender. This guy's the nicest guy ever. 2-time offender. This guy got popped, and he got popped in a paper trail, and people are like, wow, what a team leader. Amazing. He made his first all-star game. All that stuff, your awards should be stripped away, in my opinion.
Okay. I like it.
I think you bring up some good points. I'm not sure.
About the all-star part?
Yeah, I mean, because, you see in other sports as well, guys still come back, make all-stars, but, I mean, maybe take those 80 days. I mean, or maybe I just don't know. I don't want to speculate. But if you get suspended for 80 days, do you get those 80 days on service time still?
I don't remember about the service time, but the
what I mean?
The pay you don't get.
If that's the case, take those 80 days away from service time as well.
For a vet, it doesn't matter as much. No, but I get what you're saying for an early player.
There's something more that they have to do.
Yeah.
But
if you're a superstar and a Hall of Fame candidate, then you're not getting in. People aren't going to vote you in these days.
Hey everybody, be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.